The Mysterious Old Radio Listening Society podcast.
Welcome to the Mysterious Old Radio Listening Society, a podcast dedicated to suspense, crime, and horror stories from the golden age of radio. I'm Eric.
I'm Tim.
And I'm Joshua.
We love mysterious old-time radio stories, but do they stand the test of time? That's what we're here to find out.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, debuted on CBS February 11th, 1949. Described as America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar narrated each story in the form of an action-packed expense account.
Many actors portrayed Johnny Dollar over the program's 12-year run. The very first was Dick Powell, who recorded the show's initial audition episode but turned down the role in favor of the lead in Richard Diamond. Charles Russell originated the role on air and portrayed the character until Edmond O'Brien took over on February 3rd, 1950. Subsequently, Dollar would be played by John Lund.
CBS canceled the series in 1954, only to revive it again in 1955 with a new man in the lead, Bob Bailey, best known for his portrayal of George Valentine in the comedy-turned-detective series Let George Do It. In 1960, CBS moved production of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, along with a significantly scaled-back version of Suspense, from Hollywood to New York. Bailey bowed out, preferring to stay in California. He was replaced by Bob Reddick, and later by Mandel Kramer. The final episode of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, The Tip-Off Matter, aired September 30th, 1962, followed immediately by the final broadcast of Suspense.
We've had several of the Bob Bailey episodes on the podcast, as well as the Dick Powell audition recording. But I'm now 2/3 of the way through an effort to bring examples of all our unexamined Johnny Dollars. The last time I brought us an episode featuring Charles Russell, and this time we'll be listening to Edmond O'Brien as Johnny Dollar. This is the Queen Anne Pistols Matter from Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, first broadcast November 4th, 1950.
It's late at night, and a chill has set in. You're alone, and the only light you see is coming from an antique radio. Listen to the sounds coming from the speaker, listen to the music, and listen to the voices.
It's time now for Edmond O'Brien as
Johnny Dollar.
Hello, Dollar. This is Carter down at Tri-State Insurance.
Yeah, I've heard of it. How are you, Bill?
Fair. Listen, we have a vice president down here who has an idiot cousin selling insurance for us in New York City. Well, he's done it again.
Did you call me for advice or sympathy?
He just sold a $15,000 policy covering a pair of antique pistols for the trip from here to a buyer in Boston.
Well, some of those old weapons are worth it.
Well, these must be. That's why I want you to see that they get there. According to this Leonard Bonney, who brought the pistols this far from England, somebody tried twice to steal them. That we learned after he'd bought the policy. Will you take the job?
Okay, Bill. And when can I talk to this Bonnie?
He's at the doctor's, but he'll be back in my office in an hour.
Doctor's?
Yeah. The last time the thugs jumped him, they put a knife through his arm.
Edmond O'Brien in a transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office Tri-State Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Attention, William Carter. The following is an accounting of my expenditures during assignment on the Queen Anne Pistol Matter. Expense account item 1, $1.75 cab fare from my apartment to your office, where I was introduced to Leonard Bonney, a tallish, badly proportioned man whose pasty complexion was just a shade darker than the sling that supported his left arm.
Well, it's a pleasure, Mr. Dollar, a pleasure.
Thanks. You've had a pretty rough go of it.
That's right. And it's the truth that I'm glad to see somebody else taking the responsibility.
You might tell Mr. Dollar about these attacks on you.
Oh, yeah, I'd be happy to, Mr. Carter. The first time was in Liverpool before I boarded ship to come across. They came out from between two buildings near the wharf, 3 of them. They handed me a whack on the bean, and that's the truth. And before they could lay another hand on me, I raced off.
Did you have the pistols with you?
Oh, no. And I didn't have them in New York when another gang attacked me. They almost killed me with that knife.
The pistols are here, Dollar. Would you like to see them?
Yeah, I would.
Here, I'll open the case.
The box he opened was leather-bound and satin-lined. 2 pistols nestled in it. Graceful flintlocks with 10-inch forged barrels upon which were engraved a coronet and a name so faint that I couldn't make it out.
They're from the 18th century. They're worth £10,000 as a collector's item.
Where do they go?
Oh, to an antique gun shop at 272 Medford Street in Boston. The proprietor's name is Arthur Worthing. He's a British chap. He wears spectacles. You'll recognize him.
Will you be coming with me?
Me? I don't think no. I've had enough. I'll stay here and wait word from Mr. Carter that the pistols have got there safe. Oh, no. I've had enough.
The rest of the rundown was given to me before I left the office. Leonard Bonney had been hired as a messenger by the seller in London, who had explained the value of the guns, but had not mentioned any potential danger of attempted theft. With that information and the pistol case tucked into a corner of my luggage, I made arrangements to leave. Expense account item 2, $9.75 airfare and incidental expenses between Hartford and Boston. The address on Medford Street that Bonney had given to me was on the fringe of the retail district. There was a sign, and there were a few dusty weapons in the window.
Good day, sir.
Hello, you Arthur Worthing?
Yes, I am.
My name's Dollar. I've been hired by the tri-state...
Mr. Bonney telegraphed me to expect you. The package, sir. I see you have the package.
Yeah, I have it.
This is a day I have long anticipated, sir. There. 2 masterpieces from the shop of James Freeman, Norwich, circa 1705. Sir, are you a fancier of arms?
Nothing antique.
Oh, that's a pity, sir, a pity. Fascinating study. These pistols have quite a remarkable history. Fashioned during Queen Anne's reign and gave service during one of Europe's blackest eras.
Yeah, they're pretty. But I like mine with less history and more shocking power.
As might be supposed, sir, the English gunsmiths prospered during those stirring times, profiting by the constant demands for muskets and pistols to supply the good Queen's armies in Flanders.
Ah, is that right? Well, I have a paper for you to
These
sign.
weapons, sir, rode through the campaigns at the belt of an officer raised near Norwich. And if the truth were known, sir, more than one murder has been committed not only by them, but because of them. Tell me, sir, were you followed?
Not that I know of. Now, if I could get your signature on this release,
Just a moment, young man. I believe that the assurance policy purchased by Mr. Bonney is in effect until the pistols rest in the possession of the purchaser. Is that not correct?
You're not the buyer?
Well, unfortunately, sir, a price of $20,000 is a great deal too dear for me.
Well, who is it then and where?
A Mr. and Mrs. Jack Rollins' bride.
Bride. Okay. Address?
Yes, I'll jot it down for you. Just a moment. 8 Victoria Drive. There you are. It's a large residence on the left flank as you approach it from the east.
I think I can find it.
Now, give the Pister's bride and tell them that either Mr. Bonney or myself will contact them at the earliest opportunity.
All right, I'll get back to you by phone.
Good afternoon, sir.
I have a package to deliver to either Mr. or Mrs. Bride. Are they at home?
Yes, sir. I'll take it to them.
Well, my instructions are to give it to them personally.
Who is it, Dean?
A gentleman with a parcel for you, madam.
A parcel?
My name is Dollar. Are you Mrs. Bride?
Yes.
Well, here are your pistols for Mr. Worthing.
Come in. Mr. Worthing, I don't understand.
Well, maybe your husband knows about it.
Yes, perhaps that's... Oh! Oh, no!
Madam!
What's the matter?
You can't. You can't.
What's the matter, Mrs. Bride?
Well, good heavens, Estelle, what's the trouble? Who is this man? What's it?
Oh.
Take Mrs. Bride to her room, Dean.
No, Jack. I want to know. What does it mean, Jack? What does it mean?
Be quiet, Estelle. I'll take care of this.
Come along, Mrs. Bride. I'll help you to your room and get you a bromide.
Now,
What do you want?
No, I don't want anything but your signature on this paper, acknowledging your receipt of the pistols described therein.
You'll get no signature from me. Here, let me see that.
Hey, watch it, will you?
Leonard Bonney. He's here in America.
That's what he said his name was. I brought the pistols from Hartford to a man named Arthur Worthing. He sent me to you.
Who's Arthur Worthing?
I took it that you knew one another. He's a dealer in antique weapons.
Yes, of course. Get out of here. Take this fake form and take your pistols. Go back to your Mr. Worthing. Your bluff won't work.
Now, listen to me.
I don't believe that Bonney is here. I don't think he's still alive. Now, get out of here!
I didn't bother to argue with him because, as far as I could see then, he was either terrified, crazy, or both. With the pistols, I took the shortest route back to Arthur Worthing's gun shop on Medford Street. I should have saved myself the anger I'd built up to let go at Worthing. The place was not only locked, it was empty of antique weapons. And Arthur Worthing's sign had been replaced in the window by another which read, Office or Store for Rent. Inquire number 13 Groves Building. I decided not to. Expense account item 3, 70 cents, day letter to Tri-State reporting my lack of progress. And expense account item 4, same as item 2, transportation back to Hartford. My phone was ringing when I unlocked the door of my apartment at 10 that night. Johnny Dollar.
Bill Carter, Johnny. Did I interrupt something?
Yeah, I just got in. Just came through the door.
That's crazy business in Boston. What do you make of it?
Well, the man called it blackmail, so I guess that's what it is. But what reason there was for using me, I don't get. Unless they figured Bride would get violent.
I've been trying to reach that Bonnie. He left a phone number.
Huh. What'd you get, the city pound?
No, some woman with an accent so thick we can't understand each
Well,
other.
forget it. Bonnie just made it up. He was lying in his teeth about everything.
Do you have the pistols?
Yeah, but not for long. I'm bringing them down to your vault in the morning.
Good. Stop by my office. Aren't you curious about this thing?
No, not even intrigued. I don't want any part of it. That was only half true. I didn't want any part of it, but I was intrigued. Later, after a shower and over a highball, I took the pistols out of their case and looked them over. Except for the possibility that they were the tools of blackmail, I could find nothing to make them worth $20,000. But under a strong light, I did make out the name engraved on the barrel that I hadn't been able to read before. It was Bride, as in Mr. and Mrs. Jack Rowland's Bride. And the date behind it was 1704. I wondered what there was about something out of the 18th century that could send a 20th century woman into hysterics. The next day, I saw the pistols put under lock and key, started to work on another case, and tried to forget the whole thing. But I was reminded of it again by the caller who was waiting for me in the corridor outside my apartment that night, the Bride's butler.
I hope you'll pardon my intrusion, sir. You must know why I've come.
Well, I can guess.
I shan't take up much of your time. But if I could just talk to you.
All right, we'll go inside.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Sit down.
I'll stand, sir. Could you possibly give me the pistols, Mr. Dollar?
No.
But why not, sir?
Well, the main reason is I don't have them. Bride didn't seem to want them when I tried to give them to him.
Oh, but he did, sir. If he faltered putting his signature on the form which described them, it would have become an admission that he had received them.
What's he afraid of?
I couldn't say, sir. He told me that he wouldn't be able to answer for the consequences if I failed to bring them back.
What does that mean?
Mr. Bride is a very violent and sudden man.
Look, I'm through with the case. I turned the guns back to the company that insured them, and he can get them by going down there and signing that release.
I beg of you, sir, get them tomorrow morning and give them to me.
I can't.
Possibly because they aren't there.
It felt like a beefsteak. Then I got a look at the vial in his hand and the needle. His expressionless face watching me became diffused and was streaked with flashes of red. I tried to reach for the face, but it swirled away and out of sight. I took one stumbling step after it. That was the best I could do.
We will return you to the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment. But first, we Americans have a valuable heritage, a heritage of individual freedom that includes the freedom to worship as we wish at the church or synagogue of our own choice. By attending church regularly, we can gain the moral and spiritual strength to meet the many problems which confront us today. Help support your church and attend regularly with your family. Now, with our star, Edmond O'Brien, we return you to the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Come on now, laddie. Come on now, laddie. Open your eyes. You can do it now. You can do it. Yeah, you feel that? You can feel that all right, can't you? Come on now. You're all better now, aren't you? Now, hold on now. Don't slip away again. Wake up. That's better. I'm Mr. Bonney. Remember me? Darling, none of that. You're all right. I'll put you on your bed. You're in your flat.
Where'd you come from?
Oh, it's a good thing I came from somewhere. I've been playing touch and go with you since 6 o'clock. First you'd come to, and then you'd go again.
Which time? What time is it?
Past 9. Yeah, you drink some of this. I looked for some tea, but I couldn't find any. I'm not too handy at making coffee. Is that hot enough?
Yeah.
Oh, now, what happened to you?
I don't know. Dope. He jabbed me in the arm.
Who was he? Bride?
Oh, come on, leave me alone, will you?
Oh, no, you don't. I've had enough of this. You stay awake. Come on now.
That treatment went on for another 45 minutes. That and the coffee. From the bed, I could see that my apartment had been torn to pieces. I was too sick to be angry about it. And when I could sit up and put my feet on the floor, I realized without surprise that Bonnie's arm was no longer in a sling. In fact, there was a Webley automatic in his hand.
Oh, that. Well, the surgeon said I wouldn't need the sling anymore.
Oh, you are a lying...
Now, stand up now. Come on. Did he get those pistols?
Who?
Bride. Whoever it was tore up your flat looking for them.
No, he didn't get them. And you aren't going to get them either.
Oh, yeah, now, you got an head on your shoulders. You use it. Where are they?
You'll have to do more than wave that automatic around to get them. They're in a vault downtown.
What do you want? A share for yourself?
Look, it was your idea to insure those things. Bride wouldn't receive them, and the company wants to protect them until he does. You must have known that. Why did you insure them?
Well, it was Worthing's plan. I told him it was too tricky. You're in a fine mess now. I've got to take you to him.
Why? I can't do anything.
Don't you ask so many questions. You just come along.
He gun-muzzled me out of my apartment and into a car. If I'd been in better shape, I might have been able to break away from him. But with my system still full of dope, I didn't have either the will or the energy for a try. I only half remember the trip, but the end of it was a shabby hotel within earshot of the harbor in Boston.
It's Bonnie. I've brought Mr. Dollar.
Capital, Bonnie. Capital. Come in. Hey, you're white as a ghost, Mr. Dollar. Are you ill?
Yeah, and you don't help.
They put a needle into him trying to get the pistol.
Oh, what a pity. What a pity. Sit down, sir. Sit down, please, by all means. Did they get them?
Well, he says no, and if he's telling the truth, we're in a mess.
In a mess, Bonnie?
He says the pistols are locked up at the insurance company in Hartford.
Well, now, is that the truth?
I don't see why that should be hard to believe.
Now, what do you say to that? I told you it wouldn't work. You and your complicated plans. Now we've lost the whole thing.
Nonsense, Bonnie, nonsense. Why, actually, the pistols are of no consequence whatsoever.
Well, they were important right enough in London when we talked about coming here with them.
Of course they were, Bonnie, but now they've served their purpose. The brides have seen them. You have spoken to them on the phone. It only remains for you to collect the money. The end of the past, Bonnie.
Well, I think we need them.
Well, Mr. Dollar, it suddenly occurs to me that I have spilled the beans, as you yank so quaintly put it. I've told you the truth.
I don't want to know the truth.
Why don't you keep quiet, Worthing?
That's a good idea. Until I get out of here, anyway.
Bunny, stop him.
Look, I have no place in this. Just leave me alone.
Bunny, stop him, or everything is lost.
All right, me bucko, come on back.
God, get away from me.
Come on. You don't feel so good. I hate to make you feel... Well! Yeah. That's right now. Back in the chair.
What do you want? You want me to know what's going on? I do. Blackmail.
Yes, of the grossest sort, sir. We shall be handsomely paid by the brides to keep secret a 2-year-old murder of which they are guilty.
I don't care.
Why don't you keep quiet, Worthing?
Well, Mr. Dollar?
If you expect me to be surprised, I'll have to disappoint you. What else could it be? But why were you stupid enough to think that he'd sign that release?
Yes, I shall have to admit that my sights were too high. But a signed admission... It was such a devilishly clever scheme, I was forced to have a try at it.
And why keep me involved in it?
Because you are a witness, so to speak. Now, be patient, sir.
After being dragged into the lives of people I don't know and don't want to know, after being drugged and knocked around by your gunman?
Enough of that. And now, Bunny, the hour to strike has come. I will meet the brides. Here. Oh, by the way, let me have your Webley.
Well, what about me?
You, at the same time, will be at the bride residence waiting for them to return and make the initial payment of our $20,000. The contest is won, Bunny.
I hope you're right, Worthing. It's been a long one.
Yes, it has. A splendid quest.
He made a phone call to the brides, and Bonnie left. Worthing concentrated on the Webley automatic while we waited, and I concentrated on my head. By the time the brides arrived an hour later, I was almost able to stand without staggering.
Well. Mr. and Mrs. Bride, late of Norwich. Our paths at last cross. Please come in. I am Arthur Worthing. You don't know me, but I assure you that you will. Oh, you remember Mr. Dollar?
Yes.
We should hardly forget him.
You're not alone there.
I'm afraid I have most distressing news for you, Mr. and Mrs. Bride. I shall be unable to make deliveries since Mr. Dollar has gained possession of the pistols and steadfastly refuses to part with them. He is a veritable thorn in my side.
Do you expect sympathy from us, Mr. Worthing?
Well, indeed, I expect nothing of the sort. No more than your uncle, the Duke of Pembroke, would have expected from you had he known your true thoughts before you had him murdered.
Are you lecturing Worthing? You're planning to profit from the same death.
Yes, quite a profitable death to everyone but the poor Duke. The estate fortune to the brides and to the others of us who nibble at the edges, a small share. Even you, Mr. Dollar, earned a penny or two.
Cut this short, will you? It's a little too thick for me.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Bride, you both understand the terms that Leonard Barney and I have decided upon. We, in turn, agree to maintain complete silence in regard to your part in the murder of the Duke of Pembroke between 6 and 7 p.m., 8 October 1948, at which time, according to knowledge shared by us, a killer hired by yourselves did shoot said Duke to death.
How can we be sure if, as you tell us, Dollar refuses to give up the pistols?
Mr. Dollar?
Leave me out of this.
An unfortunate situation, but one of minor importance. The theft of the pistols has become, according to your plans, the generally accepted motive for the murder, in view of their extreme value, and since they did indeed disappear. But who? Who would correlate them to the true story?
Oh, Jack, we could never be sure.
Quiet as still.
My word will be kept. But Bonnie, I readily admit I do not know. The proof of your guilt lies with him, and he may decide that he needs more money one day. But the negotiation's at hand. The cost to you, $20,000. $5,000 to be paid tonight to Bonnie, who now awaits you at your residence. The rest within the next 7 days.
Oh, I don't see how it's going to be possible.
Oh, come now. Surely, rather than sacrifice the gracious life the Duke's fortune is affording you...
I don't know. The time is so short.
We'll manage it still. There must be a way. We have the 5,000.
Bonnie will be waiting for you.
Now Mr. Dollar has heard the story. What good is buying your silence when first he knows and then someone else knows and someone else... I can't do it!
In heaven's name, Bride, do you want the police to descend upon us? Then we all would be lost. All but Leonard Bonnie.
I'm going to the police. I want them to know.
Stop it, Estelle.
Take her now and go meet Bonnie.
Come along, Estelle. We'll go home.
Convince her, Bride, that there is no reason to fear Dollar's knowledge. I have my own plans for him.
Worthing's success made him careless. Calling his orders to the brides, he was a quarter turn away from me. As soon as the door closed, I moved. As far as I was concerned, it was a toss-up between being a good citizen and phoning the police or using my head and leaving. I decided on a compromise, an anonymous report. I leaned over him to double-check his name and started through his pockets. His inside coat pocket gave me a week-old receipt for the weapons with which he dressed up his phony gun shop. His wallet held some money, but no identification. I patted his side coat pockets. They were cluttered with the usual men's debris and nothing else. But I patted the empty pockets again, and down at the bottom of the right one, I felt a thin, rectangular object. It was inside the coat lining. I got my fingers into the seam and ripped. The object was a card set into a plate of transparent plastic. It said, Arthur T. Worthing, Inspector, C.I.D., Scotland Yard. Oh, the devil. Hey, Inspector Worthing.
I say that was rather...
Here, try some of this.
Thank you. Well, I must say that you're an extraordinary ally, Mr. Dollar.
It would help, you know, if your allies knew they were allies instead of pigeons. Do you want to try and get up?
Not yet, I think. A vicious pummeling. But more about that later. Suffice it to say that I've been posing as a blackmailer for so long that I scarcely know what I am myself. I couldn't shed my disguise in front of you until the final details were arranged.
What is this approach of yours?
Approach, sir?
This crazy scheme. Here, come on, take my hand.
Thank you. Not crazy, sir. Intricate, perhaps, but I did obtain a confession, didn't I? With you as a witness. During the investigation in England, no effort was enough to swerve the brides from their story of their murder. I had to turn criminal to meet them on a common level and gain the truth.
And did you have in mind stopping the brides before they commit another murder or after?
That's an odd question, sir.
Oh, no, not since this is making sense. Not since you baited Bride with the idea that Bonnie was the only one that could prove them guilty of murder.
Impeccable truth, Mr. Dollar, since it was Bonnie they hired to commit their crime. If the brides were apprehended at the scene immediately after they had murdered that miserable little cutthroat known as Bonnie, well, then, they'd be hard-pressed to find a valid reason for not confessing to the original murder of the Duke, would they not now?
I think you softened the wife up to the point where she'd spill.
Yes, by Jove, I believe you'll hit the nail squarely on the head. We'll phone the police to go there.
I think you hit the same nail on the head when you palled up with Bonnie and talked him into coming over here with blackmail in mind.
Yes, you're right. This has been a personal matter. The Duke of Pembroke was my friend. As I said, nothing could be done in England, so here I am. Unofficially, of course. I suggest now that I phone the police, don't you?
Here you are, driver. Keep it.
Thank you, sir. And good night, you.
Good night, young man. Well, no sign of the police, Dollar.
They'll arrive quietly. We'd better get up to the house. We dropped our cab a few yards down from the Bride address. When we got there, we took the driveway. There was a light in a room I'd spotted the last time I was there, a library. We angled off toward it, but before we reached it, a look I tossed over my shoulder stopped me. Behind us in the street, I could see a swarm of uniformed figures slipping silently toward us. They were close, but not close enough.
Now, boys, don't do it. Look, I'll figure it out. I'll come back to England. You'll never be bothered finding me.
Talbot, take 3 men and cover the rear.
All right,
come on, you guys. Let's go this way.
The inspector got what he wanted, the murder of the gunman Bonnie and the arrest of the brides. Justice is supposed to move in straight, formal lines. When that kind misfires, I guess it's cricket to go devious. He brought a victim as well as a motive clear across the Atlantic to set up the playoff scene. Expense account item 5, same as number 2, transportation back to Hartford. Item 6, miscellaneous. You'll have to admit I deserve something for what I went through. $150. Expense account total, $365.35. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars Edmond O'Brien in the title role and is written by Gil Dowd with music by Wilbur Hatch. Edmond O'Brien can soon be seen in the Paramount Pictures production Warpath. Featured in tonight's cast were Ben Wright, Bill Conrad, Dick Ryan, Jeanette Nolan, Dan O'Herlihy, and Tyler McVeigh. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. This is Bob Lamond inviting you to join us next week at this time when we will again bring you Edmond O'Brien as
yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Every Saturday night, Americans from coast to coast play Sing It Again. Do you? Well, if you don't know the fun and excitement you're missing. Not to mention radio's largest cash award if you can name the Phantom Voice. There's music on Sing It Again. Music with Alan Vale, Bob Howard, Judy Lynn, the Riddlers, Ray Block and his orchestra. There are contestants from all over America, phoned by Dan Seymour. And there are prizes. Prizes galore, plus that special jackpot prize we mentioned earlier. So stay at home. Play at home on Saturday nights when over many of these same CBS stations, Dan Seymour says it's Sing It Again. Stay tuned now for Von Monroe's Caravan, which follows immediately on most of these same CBS stations. If you met a stranger on the street who offered to give you $4 for 3, you'd be pretty skeptical. But when Uncle Sam makes the same offer, you can take him up on it and be sure you're getting a square deal. By investing your money in United States savings bonds, you'll get that extra dollar profit when the bonds mature. Buy your bonds through the payroll savings plan where you work or the bond-a-month plan where you bank. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
That was The Queen Anne Pistols Matter from yours truly, Johnny Dollar, here on the Mysterious Old Radio Listening Society podcast. Once again, I'm Eric.
I'm Tim.
And I'm Joshua.
And yeah, unexamined Johnny Dollars is not a life worth living. Tim brought this, as we mentioned in the opening, to try to take a sample, a little taste of every Johnny Dollar incarnation. That's a great idea.
At least the ones previous to Bob Bailey. I don't know if I'm going to go back for the post-Bob Bailey.
Why not?
I don't know. That's a lot of work.
Listening to old-time radio, I hate that.
Oh, man.
We're going to run out of signalmen soon, so maybe... Well, Tim, you settled on this. How many of the Edmond O'Briens did you listen to?
One.
Just this one?
Yeah.
It shows.
You may be familiar with this experience of like, all right, here's a list of titles. Where am I going to start? I have no criteria for to choose one. So like, okay, this title seems a little different than the other titles. I'll go for that one. And to preview my thoughts, and I'm like, I had a real good time with this episode.
Sure.
It's so different than other Giant Dollar storylines. I felt like I don't need to go look for a second option. I like this one.
When we start analyzing these, you know, as I've said before, Bob Bailey is what I cut my teeth on and I love him, and I love those week-long, 15-minute episodes a day, serials of Johnny Dollar so much. And I will say that I really like Charles Russell a lot. It's different. It's not Bob Bailey. And you know that you're doing well when about a minute or so in, you're like, I'm not thinking about that anymore.
Wait, this isn't Charles Russell.
Oh, Edmond O'Brien.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we got these confused last time, too. So
Edmond O'Brien. Whoever the guy was, good job.
Last time you thought Charles Russell was Edmond O'Brien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those two guys, if they show up at a party, I end up making out with both of them.
There's a third name coming soon, so brace yourself.
I love Edmond O'Brien on screen.
Yeah?
He's great in The Killers. DOA. Have you seen DOA?
No.
I did once a long time ago. I like that movie.
It's really good.
Yeah.
The Hitchhiker.
Yep.
With Ida Lupino directed it. Very good. But I don't like him, at least based on this episode and one other episode I've heard, in that he seems like a very generic, hard-boiled guy.
Yeah. It didn't stand out.
No.
I'll give you that.
Like on the scale of $20, he's more hard-boiled, less quippy funny.
He seems like a cipher a little bit. And maybe it's just this episode. I didn't like it, but I also will concede that it makes the episode very different from other Johnny Dollars, is his desire to not be involved in it at all.
Right.
And while it's intriguing, it sort of takes me out of the story because he's just so disinterested in it.
So let me argue that, because I had that same reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, he's disinterested. It's like watching the Rockford Files.
It's so funny because I had a parallel reaction that I'm currently running a role-playing game through a group through the game Traveler. And they are this guy of like, this intriguing challenge is coming up, this thing you have to fight. Like, nah, it sounds dangerous. That's not.
90% of Rockford Files cases are, oh God, I just want to go fishing with my dad.
Do I have to do this?
No,
I'm not doing it.
Right. And sucked into something that is happening against his will. So I enjoyed it for that reason, that you found that taking you out of it.
And it might just be in comparison, because I enjoy the wit of other Johnny Dollars.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy the long-suffering straight man quality. There's often times in the other Johnny Dollars where he's exasperated. He's like, this is ridiculous. But he was literally like, can we wrap this up now?
Yeah.
He even makes an anonymous phone call to the police at one point, right? When he escapes from one of the bad guys. I forget his name. He's just like, I don't want my name involved in this.
Right.
I don't. And so
$200 a day plus expenses. I delivered the revolvers. Let's go.
Yeah. And, I think it also might be attached to what I found disappointing about the script is the very late in the game reveal of an interesting story that this wasn't. That this gun seller was actually a CID officer from Scotland Yard, and he was working outside of official channels for a personal vendetta, and he set it up so they murdered each other, and Johnny's Dollars.
Can I
just
listen to his story?
Yeah. And I was hoping, okay, are we going to at least have some sort of discussion of ethics or morals or anything? Johnny Dollar is still like, okay, so that happened.
Right. Parallel to what we were listening to, there was a really interesting story going on.
Yeah. I thought you picked it because it was William Conrad playing an effete British antique gun dealer.
It didn't hurt.
I didn't recognize his voice. It wasn't until the end when they said, and Bill Conrad, and I went, oh, who is Bill Conrad?
Is he related to William Conrad?
The voice reminded me a lot of the serial killer in The Waxwork.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought you were going to say Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. You didn't recognize William Conrad in Silence of the Lambs?
Hello, Johnny Dollar. I'm actively trying to stop myself.
Yes, I know.
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence is a gift, listeners.
Off the air, I will tell you my rabbit hole of Silence of the Lambs this week.
Your dog's hurt real bad, mister.
Just look this up, listeners. Q Lazarus. That's the woman that wrote and performed the song with dancing in front of the mirror.
Oh.
And it's a fabulous dive. Just look her up and have fun. And there's a documentary coming out about her. Anyway, got that.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. Johnny Dollar, I think.
It is kind of the procedural aspect. Like, you don't often get Johnny Dollar like has procedures he theoretically does that was interesting to me of like, all right, deliver this thing. Don't want it? Okay, I'll take it back, put it in the safe. Like,
right.
It was the mechanics of his job, which never show up, which was sort of what kept him hooked into the story. The fact that I don't want to be involved. I'm just going to give this back to the insurance company, put it in their safe. And then that's the obstacle of when people come after him, like, I can't give you the things you want because they're in a safe that's not mine.
I'm an insurance investigator. I know it's confusing. Ask Eric.
And it was maybe a meta comment of Bonnie, like, why did you make this plan? This is a terrible, complicated plan.
Yeah, well, that was also part of it that made me smile, I guess. I liked that they're like, okay, this plan was too complicated, you screwed up, and the reaction was, yep, I sure did. Yep, that was probably too much, too complicated.
The funny part is that he made the complicated plan so this would happen, so it's an even more complicated plan.
Right.
It doesn't have a hole in it other than the fact that so many things could go wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that old joke about heist movies. The amazing amount of things that have to go exactly right in order to pull off those ridiculous scenarios.
And that's part of the joy of this. That's why I would have liked to be in on this reveal earlier and have some of the suspense either get on the side of this undercover unofficial inspector from Scotland Yard and be invested in his success, or be asked to like question the morality of it or anything. As a expositional dump at the end, it was dissatisfying.
Well, even as it was winding down, because it was so close to the end that got revealed, I was still wondering, like, nothing this guy has said or done so far has been trustworthy, so I don't know, like, why would I trust this guy?
Right.
He is a member of Scotland Yard. I would agree with you, like, if that was revealed sooner, that they could play even more with this idea of, like, are you actually someone from police?
Right, and that's why you shouldn't get in a bathysphere with the guy. Go back 2 episodes.
I'm feeling a little like I am being unfair to Edmond O'Brien because I just didn't like this script. I am usually someone who loves a long-running radio show that does different versions of itself within the radio show. So I think I want to hear more from Edmond O'Brien, because I think I'm intrigued with a better script to see this no-nonsense, hard-boiled Johnny Dollar who doesn't give a rat's patootie.
On the flip side, I think, like, I really enjoyed the script, and I don't know that that translates to so Edmond O'Brien was an awesome Johnny Dollar. Like, I enjoyed him. I didn't have anything to complain about, but I don't know that if I would consistently like him.
Have you ever seen the Rat's Patootie cabaret show? She was great. Rat's Patootie. That just stuck with me. Sorry.
Wanted for murder in 3 counties.
You can tell our struggle with an episode where we are desperate to jump down any tangent whatsoever.
Let's talk about Rat's Patootie. Yeah, see, I'm Rat's Patootie.
You dirty Rat's Patootie.
Look, do we want to vote on it then? Because I can tell you right now, I enjoyed it. I did. I really loved it. I liked what Edmond O'Brien did. I do like the fact that he's caught up in something. What is going? I don't care. I'm done my job.
A great intriguing moment too was when he delivers the pistols to the wife,
and she screams,
just shrieks and loses her mind. And that was a moment where I was, ooh, what is going on here?
Absolutely creates suspense, intrigue, and anxiety of what is coming next. I thought that was a great moment.
Me too. And after he tried to deliver it once already and had that sort of strange interaction, like, I don't care, here's your guns, not going to me, send them somewhere else.
Right.
To creating this rhythm of, like, no one wants, sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb, that joke, but.
Right.
I hate being this guy, and yet here I am being this guy. I'm going to do this rewrite of this episode where I feel like I would have been invited in if the scene in which Johnny Dollar wakes up after being knocked out, and we find out that Bonnie's not who he said he was, and they're both there. Like, if this could be tweaked, and at that midway point is when the William Conrad character wakes him up and lets him in on this plot or something, or that's when Johnny Dollar discovers it, and then we can spend that second half, which is a little duller, being in on the plot as it's being wrapped up.
Yeah, I actually don't disagree with you on that. And I mean, really in the line, like, in the span of the episode, that's a few minutes, really. I mean, it's not that much longer, but it would make a difference.
I loved that moment where he's still really groggy. And he goes, okay, I can barely stand up. I can barely function. I'm leaving. And he tries to go out the door because later they
that's
explain.
a little too familiar to me.
So you think about that because down the line they explain. He says, "I'd gotten to the point where I could finally sit up and stand up a little bit without almost falling over." That happens later. That means when he tried to walk out, he was just like,
"Okay, I gotta go. Bye-bye."
And so
expense account.
Oh, that's the thing we didn't talk about. After the whole thing is done, he just tacks another $150 for nothing.
Right.
For screw you. And your cousin who doesn't do insurance sales very well.
Yeah, I love that line where, yeah, we have a vice president down here who has an idiot cousin selling insurance. Johnny Dollar always has to find some little nod to say, like, these are the worst insurance policy
right
ever.
Some idiot sold his insurance policy. I can't even imagine what that process is like, that you were going to decide to insure something. You know, the risk is so high.
Yeah, and I think I was immediately suspicious of Bonnie when he said he was knifed in the arm. You know, like, a knife is close quarters. If you miss with a knife, it's not like being shot.
It's like a theater kid throwing a baseball.
Stab you in the heart.
Oh.
Wait, where's your heart?
How about the waking up scene, though, from a production standpoint, coming out of...
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think from a directorial, sound production point of view, they know what they're doing at this point. It's a really...
It was very vivid, and as you're fond of saying, and I like how you say, is creating that space in our heads.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Just wish the script had filled that space.
I'm going to vote and just say I liked it a lot, and it was really fun, and it's about as far as... It's not classic. Stands test time? I don't think it does, actually, but I do think that Edmond O'Brien, I liked him, and I liked the story, and I didn't mind the quick, crazy wrap-up at the end, but I will agree also with everything else we've said.
I agree. Stands test time, I would probably lean that way, but I'm hemming and hawing on that. Particularly in the context of having other Johnny Dollars. I really enjoyed the novelty and the different take on this kind of adventure story. I had a good time. The complaints mentioned I don't think are inaccurate. It's just like when stacking up, what did you enjoy? What did you not enjoy? My stack of what I enjoyed is bigger.
Hello down there.
Wow. Brag much? Yeah, I am going to also disagree with Eric about doesn't stand the test of time, because I think you're maybe blurring, or maybe we have different definitions of that. To me, what doesn't work about this doesn't work about a lot of television today or movies or anything. I don't think it's anything dated about it, the flaws. And I am glad we had this discussion, though, because when I first listened to it, I just went, I don't like Edmond O'Brien as Johnny Dollar. And after talking through my feelings with you two good friends, I feel like I was blaming Edmond O'Brien for the script. So I'm definitely going to listen to more. And I am now intrigued by the idea of
my fault for picking the wrong one.
Yes. Okay. Tim, do better next time.
I understand.
I don't know. Maybe listen to more than one episode. Which should I choose? This one episode or this one episode? I think it's a really mostly competent crime film.
Wow!
That throws away its most interesting aspect.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, you can make up for it. Tell them stuff.
Hey. Please go visit ghoulishdelights.com, home of this podcast. You'll find other samples of Johnny Dollar there to compare this to. See if you like it better, worse, the same. Is this better? Worse? Better? Worse?
Do you like this? How does this feel?
You will also find information about us, our history, like little bios for each of us. That's on the website. You can vote in polls. You can leave comments. Let us know what you think. You'll also find links to our store if you want to buy a T-shirt or a mug. Get yourself a mug. And you'll find a link to our Patreon page.
Yes, go to patreon.com/themorals and support this podcast. Expense account, $50 a month to support the mysterious old radio listening society. Just do that. It's easy.
That's like $50 in today's dollars.
Yeah, it really is. So yeah, go to patreon.com/themorals and pretend to be Johnny Dollar.
If you'd like to see us performing live, the Mysterious Old Radio Listening Society Theater Company does recreations live on stage of classic old-time radio shows and a lot of our own original work. Just go to ghoulishdelights.com and you can find out where we're performing and what we're performing and how to get tickets just right there at that website. We'd love to see you. And if you can't make it to our shows, being a Patreon, you get access to the audio recordings of those live shows. So it's like your own private old-time radio show. What's coming up next?
Next is my choice, and we will be listening to Too Hot to Live from Suspense. Until then... Look out!
But I like the guy playing him, Edmond Fitzgerald.
Guy's a wreck.